Hello, hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11 and has autism, and we paint together. And I paint a lot of flowers. Owen helps me paint the backgrounds with a hand-over-hand method, and then I paint the rest. And tonight I'm attempting to do a little bit different. I tend to get on a pattern style. I don't know what you want to call it. And so I'm trying to make myself do a little variation on a theme here. Not that it will be much different, I'm sure, by the time I almost really dropped. That happens a lot with me, though, so it's not something to be completely... I put too much paint on my paintbrush, but as you can see, I like to mix the colors, and so putting so much on my paintbrush allows kind of like the colors to mix and mingle and do what they do. So that's kind of where I'm at here. And so far this looks exactly like every other painting I've done recently with flowers, but I'm attempting to make it not quite as bouquet-ish, I suppose. That's probably not even the right unterm. I'm trying to make it a little more sporadic, I suppose. Not so precise and, like an actual bouquet kind of is, tighter, like the one I did last night. That is what I did. And so I put more flowers together. And so tonight I'm trying to still do the flowers, still, but not have it as intricate and tight together. But as I say, we shall see what we shall see. Because I tend to get one thing on my mind and then it's completely different. But I'm trying to keep my theory of just randomness. But we are not always good at that. I like to just kind of do what I like to do. So, I keep thinking, I'm somewhat laughing because it was funny. I wrote it down as soon as he said it because I knew I would forget the words, but I write about our autism journey every day, and so when Owen came home from school, he went into the kitchen and he saw that I had a watermelon, and he wasn't really saying it to me. He was basically saying it under his breath, but just not I could still hear it. So he starts talking about how the watermelon is gross, and how we shouldn't eat watermelon. So it's just kind of funny to me that for whatever reason, the watermelon was gross, and he didn't want anything to do with it. Which he's not a big fruit eater, and when I was his age, I never wanted any fruit at all. So I completely can totally relate to what he was saying. It's just kind of funny how he said that it was gross. So it's interesting, but he did not have any of it. He did not. I did, but he did not have any of it. I put this put this one blue on here to try to use, and it's just a glob. It's a thick, globby mess. And so that's not necessarily working. And then the little bit of the light blue I put on there, it like is under the dark blue, well, the medium blue that I was using on here, and it's basically gone because I have been trying to get the other blue, the medium blue. I know that probably didn't make any sense. It probably didn't even make sense to me. I'm a little tired. I think if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I say that 90% of the time that I'm tired. And I like to watch paint dry, which is also a fact. I love to watch paint dry. I like to see what happens when paint dries. I like to see how, because like this is a color right here. That's the light blue I was using. And this is kind of more of like an aqua, and this is more of a like cottony blue, like a baby blue. But I can't wait till the paint dries to see what happens, because these really aren't the same color, but this color makes that look the same. So, and I get stuck on color choices. I like color. Whoa. And I like to see, like I said, what happens when color takes over. Now, this peachy color, they're neons, and you can see the light peach in several of those. And the neon kind of dries a little bit different. This is one that has the neon, and you can see like it just kind of has a little bit of a shine to it, and so it sticks out a little more than some of the other ones do. So when it's dry and the famous I Want to Watch Paint Dry comes out, it's exciting to me to see, because I like to watch the paint, and having that neon is really cool to me because of how it takes the colors. So, and I like kind of randomly, that's one of the reasons I only use one brush when I'm painting, is because I like how the colors, kind of fade in there as you're moving through it. So that's what I'm sticking to. I really am trying not to fill this in as much as I want to. I really want to fill it in. But I'm trying to just let some of it be, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. And my tiredness is winning out. That is also going to be a factor. We are up almost every day, at least by 5, and then if not earlier. So I get kind of sleepy. Kind of sort of sleepy. I'm trying to decide where. Like I said, I don't want to fill in too much, but I also feel like it's very distracted, or I'm very distracted, one of the two. So I'm trying to figure out kind of what to do to get it to look more random without just completely filling it in. I go through and look at some of like my previous flower arrangements, or my just any of my previous paintings, and I try to see what I could do to adapt those colors or look and see, and that's kind of how I choose some things sometimes. And so this one is kind of loosely based off of one of them that I liked the colors. But like I said, it's very random. Very random, which is fine. I mean, it's just trying to corral my need to have 1,000 flowers when I just need it to kind of focus on something different, So sometimes I go back and kind of try to add like just a little more texture to the flowers so that when they dry, I can watch them. I can see what else they're doing when because I like to see, flowers have so many intricate parts to them, and when, if you kind of like hold a flower and in its different stages, like if it's wilted or one that's, just blooming, they all kind of show different parts to them, and the colors and the variations kind of stick out or change. And so when you paint a flower, I'm learning this because, I started painting with my son, and I hadn't really painted before. So that's one of the things I kind of do is look at this and go through and just say, okay, that needs like veining, or that needs extra colors. And that's why I do a lot of the paint with the paintbrush, the same paintbrush. And I'm thinking I'm close to finish, because I don't, like I said, I don't want to put too many, I want to leave it kind of a little more simplistic, even though this isn't simplistic probably, but just a little less, I just want to have some extra. Let it be a little more simple. I don't know that that's what this is either, but so I think I need just an extra little bit there. And then I think I'm just gonna be done. I'm just gonna be done. So, when I sign this, I always sign O for Owen, and then L, and B. Well, there we go. That's what it's all about. This is drawing a little, like, so you gotta talk softly when you're fixing something, because you never know what's gonna happen. No. So that's my blue. That was a problem. But the rest of this, so I take and I kind of push this all around, and I squish it, and I'll make it a little more flat. But once I do that, I make, oops, I hit that. I make jewelry, from my paint blobs, as I call them. And so rings and different things. So that's why I use the extra paint. There'll be necklaces and keychains and things like that. So I think I'm done. So there we go. I thank you for watching and being a part of our day. I hope you have a great rest of yours. Toodles!